bitch like I was Drake,
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money, money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
If you see me and you wanna say what's up, it's actually a bopper, I'm not gonna lie. You guys know it. Welcome to What Always Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Easy Joe, my guy Raxter, Young Chris, JB Smooth. Smash that like button today. I say it all the time, we got a big show for you guys.
Jam-packed.
Today, it's actually stuffed.
Hell yeah.
Today's show is stuffed. It was actually overstuffed. There was an extra guest that we had who's fighting in the UFC next weekend. He's going to be joining us tomorrow, the opening of the show, to break down UFC 295 with us. Our guy Charles Johnson.
Shout out Energy.
He'll be joining us tomorrow, breaking down that stuff. But Russell Brown makes a return.
Yes.
Obviously, he's like a big tape nerd. I get his takeaways on both like the rookie class and the rest of Detroit Lions offense and defense. And people come back from injuries. Russ knows ball, so we're going to have Russ on. And then, as promised, I told you guys I wanted to speak with Derrik Klassen of the 33rd team, who made the quarterback rankings list, which had Jared Goff 14, Justin Herbert 5. The most crazy one, the one I just disliked the most, was like the 11th one.
Kyler Murray.
Yeah. Kyler Murray at number 11, the 11th best quarterback in the league. Week 10's 11th best quarterback in the league was kind of crazy to me. But Derrick's a trooper. He's a real sport. He's going to hop on the show today at 6 o'clock. So make sure you guys tap in. We'll be reading comments from the chat. If they're good enough, then we'll ask Derrik. But he'll be joining the show. On top of that, more Detroit Lions versus the Chargers. And Marcus Sasser and the Detroit Pistons.
Yes.
Should I hold it back, or you want to bitch about it a little bit, or how much Pistons are we allowed to talk? Because I know we have in the prep too.
We got the whole second hour basically is going to be Pistons. Not the whole second hour, but we got a lot of Pistons on the prep that we're going to talk about. I think we should save it till there. Did you see the Hawks being freaky?
No.
Oh my God.
Chris, play this video.
Only Hawks fans know where the real action is. Only Hawks fans know what they really want to see. And only Hawks fans know just where to get it. The all-new NBA in-season tournament. Join in and wake up your wild side. Hot 5-on-5 action.
The Hawks posted that on Twitter.
Nah, I ain't watching. I'm not watching.
Atlanta's freaky, man.
I love it. You knew Atlanta's freaky. It's capital of the United States.
Yeah, that's true.
Atlanta be fucking.
Atlanta fucks for
Atlanta
sure.
Fucks. That's for damn sure. I love it. That's heavyweight esque. I can't be mad at that.
Yeah, I love it. It's funny.
That was hilarious. That was awesome. Brilliant by them.
Only Hawks fans.
I like when I guess I'm like really a media. I guess that's their media account, but like I don't know. I like when traditional like media sources or companies like take that risk, you know what I'm saying, and do that. It's so respectable. I respect it.
Have you seen the NBA Brazil accounts?
The Timberwolves one.
There's a lot of. Did
we play that on the show? Or
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think that was off air.
I was uncomfortable to play that one on the show, even if we did. That was wild.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. You can play it, right?
We're all.
I don't want to.
We'll end the show with it. How about that? We'll end the show with it. What were you gonna say, Chris?
We're all gambling men here. So what's the odds that was Dwight Howard that Atlanta Hawks?
Jesus, man.
Oh, it was 100%.
I don't think it's great. I don't think it's good odds. I think those mascots get paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They're good at their job, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, being like
you said that with so much hate in your voice, Spencer.
Me?
You're just like, yeah.
Would you apply to be a mascot?
I would be a mascot if I'm getting paid hundreds of thousands for sure.
We'd have to get a lot more aerobatic. That's for damn sure.
Catch me his paws. Paws doesn't do any crazy shit like that. He just walks around, hands out T-shirts, stomps on the dugout.
Paws. I mean, yeah. You know what's crazy? As much as I don't like baseball, he's a good mascot. Paws is respectable. Speaking of Detroit Tigers, they just signed a new broadcaster.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's like geeked over this. Who is this guy?
Yeah, no, he's been the broadcaster for
the White Sox.
The White Sox, yeah, past couple. He's really good at his job.
He's very eloquent the way he calls games and different things like that. So I'm excited to get him on the mic for the Tigers. Be the best one we've had since, Mario and Rod. So I'm really hyped to get him out there. I'm hyped to hear what he can do. And
no one could replace the great Matt Shepard. In my eyes.
I'm excited for this new guy to see what he can do. I know, I've heard his calls before. He's very good at his job, and I'm sure the Tigers made the right choice.
As much as I don't love baseball as like a entertainment factor, I do have respect for the announcers, because they do make it sound exciting as shit. For as boring as that sport is, again, all due respect to the baseball fans, the announcers, when they call those home runs or like perfect games or strikeouts, they make that shit sound like it's electric. And commends or kudos to announcers. Do you know the new guy's name or no?
I can't remember it off the top of my head. No.
We'll find it at some point. Shout out to him.
Jason
Maxiel.
No.
Yep.
Bennett or something like that.
Jason Cabenda. He might be. So it's Jason Bennett.
Yeah.
Benetti or something like that.
Yeah, Jason Benetti.
I don't know how to pronounce it exactly.
He says Benetti has cerebral palsy and feels like people look at him as less than a whole person. He feels that's how people look at Detroit too.
Who said that?
Jason Benetti. That's from Brad Galley. He actually said that.
Ouch.
Kind of shit on Detroit.
Yeah. Ouch. But
wow, that's wild.
He was really good at his job, so
basically said Detroit's. I can't really, because then I'd be I'm not making fun of anyone. All right, moving on to that one. I was pissed last night.
Did you see Sam snap?
Oh, I sent one of the videos.
Box.
What happened? Was this towards the end of the show?
I don't know. I didn't watch the show. JB, how did this Sam Flannel breakdown become?
So it started off with obviously a Jamo segment, and Sam basically said everyone under Ben Johnson's offense has thrived except for Jamo, and then that kind of just spiraled into more and more stuff, and he was going back and forth with the chat, and not only them, but of course, Jeff and Lucas today. So
Flannel lets the chat get him.
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah,
like more than any. Like we'll get mad a little bit, but Flannel has meltdowns.
Yeah. I think the closest I've ever been to a chat meltdown is fairly recently. I want to say it was like a couple weeks ago, maybe.
So when they said you were scared of Desmond Ridder?
No.
That does still bother you.
I think it was like the trade deadline, I think. Was it? Or no, it was some golf stuff.
That one you can't even say because you were just in a bad mood like before the chat. Like,
I was pissed.
Yeah, so that one you can't really blame on the chat. I think the time you got most riled up would be the golf stuff. Like just
it's definitely the golf moments.
And actually another honorable mention is the Bears. Just mentioning the Bears gets you going.
Yeah,
and when Chris jinxed the Lions, you were pretty upset there.
I was actually pissed when he did that.
Well, that's not the chat. That's just his friend.
That's fair.
That's fair.
When's the most pissed off you've been?
I don't know. We've yelled at each other pretty. You mean at the chat or just on the?
I guess all the above.
I don't know. We've yelled at each other for.
Ours for sure was the NBA talk.
Yeah.
And Studio B.
Yeah.
And then Woodward Heavyweight's YouTube channel if you guys want to see that one. Poor Mike Gentry. Was that what Gentry was there for?
Gentry was there. Yeah. He was just sitting in between his.
He's so quiet.
Looking like the kid when his parents are arguing. divorced child when his parents are arguing in front of him.
It's so funny too because he had wanted to be on the heavyweights for so damn long, and just for some reason the schedules weren't working out. And he finally gets on there. It's just first hour or half hour is like me and you screaming at him about golf.
Yeah.
Second hour is me and you screaming at each other. And he's just like,
it's fair. That's how it goes sometimes.
Who the Red Wings play tonight?
The Red Wings play the Canadiens tonight.
Winnable.
Winnable. I mean, Canadians are a good team, but it's a winnable game for the Red Wings. They got to go out there, have a hot start. Gossier isn't playing tonight, so we'll see what happens. But the Red Wings need to go out there. They need to have a hot start, unlike they have in the past couple games. Hopefully get one in there in the first period and really get the juices flowing.
Chico G says, nah, it was a trade deadline. Easy, you hit the chat on your laptop that day. I did.
Yeah, it is true.
I did.
I've never done that.
So that day I wasn't that mad at the chat, though. I was just mad. Because I don't want to say
yeah, you can't be mad at the chat if you hide the chat.
Thing. Yeah, exactly. And they kept that narrative going on to the other shows, so people thought I literally Thanos snapped the chat away. I can't do that. People, you guys were there. You obviously were still participating in the chat. I just wasn't going to read it.
Back to reality.
I did. Ooh. I did. We obviously had this conversation either last week or the beginning of this week, but I did come to a little bit when it comes to that trade deadline is like maybe it's just to see the team where I thought it was.
Yeah. Can you get the flannel video out of Slack?
Yeah, I can.
It should be in Lucas's Slack with me.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So I gotta see it again.
Sean Stanley, easy and Joey 2 times went at about Cyrus Torrance. Yeah. The one argument that Joey clings on to today too is and Joey's OG, by the way. Joey's been rocking with us since we were.
Yep.
Me and Joey used to be the only ones in the chat. It used to be like me, Joey, Tammy, and Jenna Newsom. Like, we were like the only 4 people in the chat. But what the hell was it? Oh, I told him that Josh Pascal was going to play on the inside. Mm-hmm. And he tried telling me, no, he's a defensive end. I'm like, there's defensive ends that play on the inside. That's what we're seeing him do right now.
Yeah.
He's still hanging on to that one, by the way. Shout out to Joey 2 times. Detroit Dabber says, I tried to make Sam flip out worse by saying Hutch is struggling because he doesn't have Connor Stallions, but he didn't see it. All right, chat. If you guys are part of the Morning Woodward show as well, you're the heavyweights. Yeah, spam that comment.
Yeah, we need you guys to force another Sam meltdown tomorrow. It's got to be something.
Bad. Do we have one of the videos? Or just
we have the video. You ready for it?
I'm not worried about Flannel shooting out the office. Like Parker might, but Flannel won't.
Yeah, but we don't have to worry about Parker for too much longer.
Yeah, but that's even scarier.
Yeah,
is it?
That's a man
Ticking
with nothing
time
to
bomb.
lose.
I don't know.
Nothing to lose.
No, I don't
That
know.
means the fuse is coming to the end pretty soon.
That's a dead man walking right there.
All right, let's see this video, Chris.
All right.
Cut it like 2 seconds early.
1-yard touchdown, and we were all blowing our wads. We were all like, Jamo. And rightfully so. But the rest of the year, he didn't catch a goddamn ball. And everyone acts like he never played.
And how many targets?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Get more targets.
Okay.
He sucks right now. He sucks.
No, he does not.
Admit it, everybody.
No, he does not suck.
You could have left it going on.
No, it cuts off after that.
Oh. Yeah. He's not wrong. Not sucks. I mean, I guess if you want to look at it, I don't want to use the word sucks. Just not performing to. Yeah, that was school shooter.
That shit was funny.
Someone not being on scam. That was wild.
That was.
Was that supposed to be like a semen?
I don't know.
Reenactment?
He did say blowing our wads, and then did that.
Yeah, it was basically because we were so excited of Jamo getting that first touchdown. It was like, oh my God, Jamo! That was our reaction.
Maybe that's what Sam does when he finishes.
Epic in the Woodward Sports chat said, no way he's not a serial killer. Shout out Epic.
Yeah.
He hasn't been in the chat for a while.
Yeah. Shout out Epic. Epic's a real one.
He said no
Epic
way.
Was there in the beginning too.
He's not a serial killer. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, we don't know yet. There could be bodies in the basement.
You gotta give Flannel Sam his flowers though. He's been on the waiting for Jamo to do something all year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Outside the one game.
I thought you were like you gotta give him his flowers. He hasn't been caught yet with those serial.
That too.
I'm about to get on my burner. Wake up early tomorrow. I'll get on my burner account and just troll Sam, try to get him to break down.
Boy.
No, I'm not waking up that early.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been waking up tired as hell.
Me too. Today I woke up tired as hell as well.
I've been waking up the past couple days tired. I went to bed early last night. And I was still tired.
How the hell you go to sleep and wake up dead?
Yeah.
She don't make no sense. Tell us about Glorious Campus, Chris. Let's talk some sports.
All right. Let's talk about Glorious Cannabis. Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is back with a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the first whiff of a playoff win in 31 years. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. You got to check one of these pre-rolls out. They are so smooth. And you can find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off using the code Woodward. And once again, that's at gloriouscanna.com.
Glorious! Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line, featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. Whether you landscape for your job or landscape for fun, get all your equipment from Outdoor Equipment Co., the official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan grown, family owned. OutdoorEquipCo.com.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Your childhood may be over, but playtime is not. Outdoor Equipment Company is your source for outdoor power equipment. Sales, service, and parts, carrying top brands such as Bad Boy, LS Tractor, Steel, and more. Servicing the Great Lakes region with locations in Metro Detroit and Greater Lansing. For more information, visit us at OutdoorEquipCo.com. Outdoor Equipment Company, your power equipment playground.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy East, joined my guys Amon-Ra.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Some typical technical difficulties. Got a show mixed around a little bit here. And I did have this scheduled for our guy Charles Johnson, because not only is he an MMA UFC fighter, he's an Eagles fan. He wanted to come in and talk his shit today.
Okay.
We couldn't have done nothing about it. He would kill us. But we talked about the Detroit Lions get the number 1 seed over the Philadelphia Eagles. Now we can do that. We can hop in this Amon-Ra topic. Jump to that one first.
We can do the Amon-Ra topic.
Want to do the Amon-Ra topic? Hey, Chris, you play that video?
Yes, sir.
Hey, DJ, spin that
Football question for you. Offensive coordinator Ben Johnson, I think he's one of the most respected in the game. What's it like working with Ben Johnson?
It's awesome. You know, he's one of the brightest coaches I've ever been around. He's super intelligent. He's one of the hardest working coaches. I mean, he's in his, in his dungeon, we call it, where he, goes over, makes his plays, watches film, whatever he does in there. He's in there all the time, dissecting defenses, trying to get a beat on what they're doing, what they like to do. He's been awesome to me. I love Coach Ben Johnson. I don't think without him, I would, this whole thing would have started from him. He's part of the reason why, towards that back half of my rookie year, I started getting more targets and more things going my way was because of him. So, I can't thank him enough. Obviously, there's other factors that go into it, but he was a huge part of it. And, man, I love having him, on our coaching staff, calling our plays. I have full confidence in whatever he calls the game plan every week, because I know he puts the work in, and that's something that I respect because me, myself, I like to pride myself on my work ethic and how hard I work. And so when you have a coach that's working, timeless hours on trying to get his guys in the right place to make plays, you can do nothing but respect it and go out there and give it your all.
Yeah, there's no question about it. It's been really fun to watch the entire Lions offense under Coach Johnson with yourself. It's been amazing.
The rest of my screen recording.
Yeah. You opens your porn tab by accident.
Basically, that's Amon-Ra St. Brown just kind of giving Ben Johnson his due credit for the way the offense is ran. He said, obviously Amon-Ra is performing very, very well, but it wasn't until Ben Johnson got incorporated with calling the plays for the Detroit Lions offense, or at least drawing up the plays for the Detroit Lions offense, dating back to 2021, that he started to shine like this. And I've been a proponent of that. I've been telling this to people nonstop, no matter what. You could hear it in the post-game press conferences when they first beat the Minnesota Vikings. They're like, yo, what's different? You guys finally got a win. Remember that year might have been the first team to go on 17. It wasn't looking good. And every single buddy. It wasn't just Amon-Ra St. Brown. It would be Jared Goff. Post games of the few they won, they would credit Ben Johnson for what the wrinkles he's been putting in the offense. And obviously, takes over the offense full time last year. And they're, top 3, top 5 they finished with? It's Ben.
There's a reason for it. There's a reason this guy is getting head coaching interviews. There's a reason everybody talks about him so highly. It's because he knows what he's doing. He has a complicated scheme that defensive coordinators have still yet to figure out. It's impressive to watch him get guys integrated into the system fast. We talked about Sam Laporta, how much success he's having when the tight end position in this scheme is notoriously hard to pick up on because of all the different things they ask you to do, whether it's motioning off of the line back into the line, whether you're blocking, doing different things, and all the route packages that tight ends have to deal with. It's hard to pick up for them, and Sam Laporta has come in swimmingly. Jahmyr Gibbs is coming swimmingly. These guys come in here, and Ben Johnson gets the best out of them. Most of them, except for Jamo. Oh, Jamo! But I'm really excited with what Ben Johnson is creating here, with what he has already created and what he's going to continue to do. I just hate to see him, leave for a head coaching job, which is starting to look like a real possibility.
For something in me, and I could be wrong because I thought he was leaving last year. So I talk about when I was wrong, when I was right. I was wrong about Ben Johnson leaving, going to the Carolina Panthers, and thinking he was going to have his opportunity to pick a quarterback. Turns out David, I forget his last name, but the owner of the Carolina Panthers is a psychopath.
Yes, he is
a totalitarian by every means.
Tyrant.
They didn't even want. I remember during the draft process, Josh McCown's the quarterback coach, and when he left the meeting with C.J. Stroud, he was like, can't wait to get you in Charlotte, and we'll play a game of hoops and all that, because they wanted to draft C.J. Stroud. Obviously, looks like they knew what the hell they were doing, because C.J. Stroud looks phenomenal right now.
Yes, he does.
Put up better numbers than our guy Jared Goff. Then they put David Tepper name, I think it is. I don't know. You want to look it up. Either way, he forced him to draft Bryce Young. And here you are, the Panthers. I can't guarantee that the Panthers would have been any better. I can guarantee they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
David Tepper,
thank you. I can't guarantee they would have been any better in the playoffs or anything like that, but definitely would have been better off with freaking
C.J. Stroud.
Yes.
With a quarterback who's not 5'2".
So imagine having the respect of Ben Johnson as offensive coordinator across the league, by the way, too. It's not just here in Detroit as fanboys, as people kind of are with every player here. And I get it. We're all fans of the team. We kind of overhype some people. But Ben Johnson is well regarded across the entire league. He was going to get a head coaching job after just 1 year of coordinating for that reason. But I think it was David Tepper that stopped him from wanting to do that.
Yeah.
So wait, you tarnish my name that I just built? No, hell no. Ben Johnson would have been cooked if you went there.
Yes.
Year one, it's Bryce Young.
Oh, for sure.
It was no good.
It's terrible when you see an owner step in and pull strings like that or pound his fist. I never liked that, because you're hiring these guys. You put them in place because they know more than you.
Mm-hmm.
You're the owner, you've got the money, but these guys do this for a living. These guys are there every day. These guys know what they're looking at. They know more than you. So if an owner just thinks that they can control everything and make all the decisions, and it'll be for the betterment of whatever it is, in this case, it's an NFL football team. If the owner thinks that they know best and what they say is bond and they're going to make the decisions no matter what the people around them are telling them, they're a bad owner. And that's what David Tepper has been proven to be. Because outside of that 1 year with Cam Newton and his MVP season, what have the Panthers been? I know they've gotten to the Super Bowl before that too, but I don't know if he was the owner back then.
No, he wasn't.
And it's tough, man.
He recently bought them.
Yeah. When you're known, McAfee talks about it all the time. This guy is one of the most impatient owners in football.
Yeah.
He's going to fire these guys. He's going to move on. And you got to have faith in the guys you hire. You got to have faith in your GM, your coach, and different people. If you have multiple people looking at you saying C.J. Stroud is better, C.J. Stroud is the best option here, and you've said freak out and say, no, we're taking Bryce Young, look what happens, man. It's just a terrible decision by him, and it's bad ownership.
It is bad ownership. It's one of those things maybe we'll let time play out and maybe we're the ones that end up wrong, but as of now, it's everything that you said. If you hire certain people to do a certain job, and whether through experience on the job that you've given them now or in the past, they probably know more than you at the task at hand.
Yes.
And sprinkle in what you may think, but let them do what they're doing, especially if they're showing you a proven recipe beforehand. And obviously Frank Wright failed in the Colts, but that's another owner that's kind of like that too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he bought a freaking whale.
Irsay bought a dead whale.
bought a whale before he paid
Jonathan Taylor. Yeah.
Though, I do think Jim Irsay's a better owner than Tepper at this far.
Yes.
He's won a Super Bowl, obviously, and Pat McAfee seems to like him. I like that he's giving $100 bills out at camp. I like
silver suit.
That. And also, Zach Moss was
boss.
Looks phenomenal. Yeah. He might not have been wrong.
Yeah.
When he was talking that shit. Zach Moss looks phenomenal. I mean, he's as good as Jonathan Taylor is. He knows how to split carries with Zach Moss because he had the time to prove himself. But either way, it just comes down to, I'm glad I can see why Ben Johnson stayed. He's going to stay here another year, build your resume more.
And now he's probably going to have more options because Brandon Staley more than likely is getting fired. Mm-hmm. Josh McDaniels is already fired. We know that there's 4, 5, 6 head coaching options, head coaching openings in the NFL almost every year. So he's going to have a couple places to choose from that are better than the Carolina Panthers, and that's what I'm nervous about.
Yeah, I know. I think it was a morning show. They said that Kellen Moore would probably get a gig over
And
Ben Johnson over there in LA.
That would make sense.
I guess, but I'd still take Ben Johnson. All due respect to Kellen Moore, former Detroit Lion, like shouts out to him, but I feel like we've seen Ben cook up with less versus Kellen Moore, who kind of had that stacked Dallas team to work with.
Yeah. When
he had his like come abouts, and to be honest about it too, I know Herbert's putting up better numbers in Goff right now, but like they're still 4-4. You know, and he's part of the coaching staff. Chris, you want to say something?
I just wanted to bring another possible candidate for this, and that's for Ben Johnson's hiring, and that's the New England Patriots. Depending on how that season plays out with Belichick, like, you know, is he going to walk away and try to chase the wins through another team, a team that's more ready to contend so he can get that coaching record for wins, or is he going to just retire? And, you know, it depends. Like, it probably wouldn't look like a good situation, but maybe if the draft shakes out right for them and they can get one of those top quarterbacks, then maybe that is more appealing than some of the other options for Ben Johnson.
I don't know. I feel like the Patriots spot right now is a terrible, terrible situation.
Maybe a rough spot.
You have no offensive weapons. Mac Jones is trash.
Yeah.
No receivers that are any good. I like Ramondre Stevenson, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a team that would just that could potentially be just available, and if it's again, it's what Ben Johnson wants. If you can get in at maybe he wants to build an offense from the entire ground. Maybe he wants to take a long coaching contract and be able to cycle through multiple drafts and build this offense from the very core, the very foundation. Or maybe he's going to look at an offense like you've seen around the league, like the Chargers.
I know exactly where he'd be going. It's Atlanta. Fuck New England.
Arthur Smith?
Bijan Robinson. Yeah, Arthur Smith needs to get canned after Joshua Dobbs ripped his soul out like that. But Ben Johnson with Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier. I mean, talk about a guy who's making tight ends work in the rookie year.
Yeah.
Maybe he could fix Kyle Pitts.
He could fix Kyle Pitts.
Drake London. I mean, you're really just missing a quarterback if you have to thug it out for a year without one. But there's a lot coming in this draft class. None you have to like attach to like to make your franchise guy. That's the beautiful thing about it too. Is like you grab somebody this year, that doesn't make them more like, oh, we have to lock in with this guy. This is it. This is our route we're going. By the way, real quick before you go to break, if Ben left, would you be a fan of like wherever he went? Would you be?
Yeah, I mean, I'd root for him.
I would too.
Sure.
Outside of the NFC,
yeah,
I'll put that regard on it. Yeah. I rooted against Stafford when he was in LA. It puts you that way. If Ben was in the NFC, I can't root for him. I'll just root for him until.
I'd root for him, just not against the Lions.
Yeah, that's fair. Let me tell you guys about Mark White. Mark White has the best buying and selling experience. He's got the minute-by-minute listing agreement where you cancel your listing agreement for any reason with no penalty whatsoever. Give my guy Mark a call today at 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesells.com.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot off the press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
What up, though? Welcome to Woodward Airways Live on WoodSports.com. I'm here easy. Join my guy, Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, JB Smooth. Smack that like button. 5-star review. I've never said smack that like button.
Smack that like button.
Smack that like button, daddy.
Smack that like button like I owes you money.
Smack that like button like it's assaulting your mother.
Like button.
During the break, by the way, hit the like button, 5-star review on podcast platforms, woodsports.com, all that good stuff.
Smack.
But I looked up coaches on the hot seat. If you're Ben Johnson, tell me where you want to go.
Okay.
Number 1, Chicago.
No. Well,
let me give you 5 options, or is that too many?
that's fine.
All right, JB, Chris, you can play 2. I got the Bears.
Oh, thanks.
Commanders. Actually, I'll take the Commanders out because I feel like that's Eric Bieniemy's like. I feel like that's why he took that. What do you call it? A horizontal promotion. It wasn't really a promotion. It's the same position he was at. So I'll take the Commanders out. I feel like that's Eric Bieniemy's spot. So I go Bears, Buccaneers, Chargers, Falcons. There's one in here I want to throw in there that's not really on this list. Saints?
Was it the Raiders?
No. Oh, the Raiders is up there, though.
Raiders are
It's
open.
supposed to be an outdated list. Where would you want to go? I'll give you a list again because I gave it kind of weird. I apologize. Bears, Buccaneers, Chargers, Raiders, Falcons.
Probably Tampa. Honestly. You have the most complete team. You got the most weapons around you on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. And I don't know what's going on. I don't see anybody retiring soon. Like, I know Mike Evans was questioning it, but I don't think he's going to retire anytime soon. And they've got a good running back in Rashad White, 2 great receivers in Evans and Godwin, and we know about all the studs on defense. So I'd probably say Tampa.
JB?
Yeah, I probably got to go with either Tampa or LA, just because, as Spencer said, Tampa's the more complete team. Defense-wise, they probably need a little bit of help, but Chargers is equally the same as well, too. You both have weapons on there as well. Just got to work on getting Justin Herbert a lot better out there as a quarterback. But I think offensively, as a play caller, then you should be able to make that work out there. So either LA or Tampa.
Chris?
For me, I want to lean the Chargers just because the quarterback, it's the most sure thing. The Bears, you have the argument of the assets and all of that. So that's a good advantage, especially if they end up having 2 very high picks in this year's draft. That's obviously a very ideal destination. But yeah, I'd have to go Chargers just because when in doubt, I want to get the best quarterback I know. And as much as everybody's hyping up Caleb Williams and the possible and the other quarterbacks that you're being compared to, like Atlanta's probably not going to be bad enough to get a good quarterback. I like what they have around the quarterback, but they're not going to be necessarily good enough. Tampa Bay is a good, complete team that is missing a quarterback, but I also don't know how much longer they're going to be good and how they're going to be able to move around and get a good quarterback. I don't know about their ability to make that happen. So I would go the Chargers. Just give me the elite quarterback when in doubt.
Jordan Schaefer.
DNC ENT makes a good point. He says if you're starting a rebuild, Tampa would have to have the most pieces that you could get good ass returns for.
Yeah.
You could ship off those guys if you really wanted to, break it down to its studs and restart.
Well, they're getting rid of Mike Evans, though. They didn't re-sign before the season, so really you just have Godwin,
David, White.
You're not
Winfield.
getting rid of Tristan Wirfs.
No, but you got a lot of guys on defense that you could trade away.
Yeah. I think in Chargers, or I think Jordan Schaefer made a good point too. Chargers because of QB or Bears because of the picks. Honestly, bro,
the QB is pretty important.
Yeah, the QB is pretty important, and the Bears, if you got to pick, Caleb Williams
and Marvin Harrison,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just signed Montez Sweat.
Oh,
so you got an edge rusher.
That'd be disgusting.
Yeah. But there's something to be said for seeing a quarterback, and yes, he lost, but there's been a quarterback that has playoff experience, that has the type of talent that Herbert has.
There's also something to be said about that rookie deal.
Yeah, a talented quarterback and a rookie deal. You already give him a tier 1
you said
weapon.
You're not taking Caleb Williams because he cries too much.
I'll take Caleb Williams. But I'm talking about from the NFL aspect. I mean, it's a good old boys club. I could definitely see some GMs and owners being like, I ain't taking no cry, baby.
And he wants ownership stake?
Yeah, hell no. That's probably why he's crying for real. Wasn't all that damn money. went from one ownership stake to crying in your mother's arms.
Yeah.
I mean, I would still draft him. It's just
for sure.
You got to tell him hey man, you got to toughen up. There can't be any crying on the sidelines.
Listen, pussy.
Anymore, man.
Listen,
you got to chill on that.
Speaking of tough love, they actually real quick, Steve-O Baby, shout out to him, says, can you imagine Ben Johnson with Allen? Easy, holy shit. I did write that down, Buffalo Bills. I've been hearing some smoke. headed towards Doug McDermott's way.
That's something I could see. Like,
yeah.
Old Dougie McBuckets hasn't been able to get them over the hump.
Is he defensive coordinator by trade?
I'm not sure.
You know, find out, because I'm only asking that because obviously AG's flirted with grabbing a head coaching spot elsewhere. Whether that's like a Rooney Rule type of situation or he's truly being considered that. I would love to have Doug McDermott here. The Bills have had a decent defense for the past couple of years. Granted, they have some talented guys too.
Sean McDermott, not Doug McDermott.
I know. Doug McDermott's the
Doug
NBA
McDermott is actually Dougie Buckets.
He's actually Buckets.
Yeah.
He's actually Buckets, yeah.
Dougie Buckets. Sean McDermott, what was he?
He was the defensive coordinator.
Yeah. I'd like that. But I don't see AG leaving anytime soon. I feel like, as much as I hate to say it, I feel like, even though I'm defending Glenn, I feel like when he gets those head coaching interviews, they're more of the Rooney Rule than they are actually people pursuing him as a head coach.
Chico G said that man's name is Sean. We're talking about Dougie McBuckets, all right? You remember him?
Yeah,
Creighton,
yeah, dude. Obviously, he'd be a great defensive coordinator for the Lions. Clearly, Dougie McBuckets.
Definitely fill that role.
Still playing on the Spurs.
Whatever happened to Terrell Crosby? Remember, wasn't he the defensive coordinator when Sue and them was here?
Terrell Crosby, yeah.
Or Tyrell Crosby, however they say his name?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? He kind of disappeared. I remember he was taking interviews too. That's another thing, and I'm rambling here. But remember, people saying Kellen Moore's going to take the Chargers job?
I thought Terrell Crosby was the guy who
I think he's the Ravens
complained
now.
about his back injury.
Yeah, Terrell Crosby's the guy who complained about his back injury. The Lions had a defensive coordinator, Tyrell something. I'm typing it in. Lions defensive coordinator, Tyrell something.
Yeah. I was about to say, you're talking about the guy that got pushed under the rug for
no
bitching about his back injury.
Someone in the chat, someone has to know what I'm talking about here.
I know who you're talking about too.
He was the defensive coordinator when Caldwell was here.
Yeah.
Terrell Austin.
Austin.
He's in Pittsburgh. Shout out to Wilson. Terrell Austin. Thank you, Wilson. Appreciate you.
Terrell
Crosby was a lineman.
That's something. Nothing happened with that, huh?
No, it didn't.
Terrell Crosby was like, Dan Campbell bullied me into a back injury. Everybody's like, man, shut your bitch ass up.
Shut up.
Yeah.
You see that Lane Kiffin stuff?
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
Lane Kiffin, I mean,
if you guys know,
he's not wrong. Like, I understand, like, you gotta, mental health's a real thing. And, you need to, if you need the time, you gotta take the time. But, like, it's your responsibility to tell the people, like, your coach, the people around you, the stuff you're involved in, like, hey, I can't do this right now. I need to take some time. Like, I guess he was avoiding calls. He's not answering calls, not answering texts. Like, what do you expect, man? This is college sports are professional business now.
Yeah. No, I agree. I have no issue with it. I actually kind of sad for Lane Kiffin because I feel like he was been like kicked around and shit on for so long. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, there's a defensive tackle who got cut from the team who had like recorded a conversation between he and Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin was kind of just like drilling him about what Spinney just says. Like, you're going through shit, but you didn't contact any of us. You know the head coach wanted to meet with you for X amount of days and just didn't respond back. You're off the team.
Yeah.
And people trying to cancel him over it, it feels like. But
I feel like Lane Kiffin's done worse.
Yeah. Oh, shit. DNC. DJ Moore revenge game incoming.
Tonight? Yeah, with what's his name? Tyson Bagnet? Like,
I wasn't gonna bet on anything tonight. I might get some receiving props. Can you post some props
Dude,
on
I'm not even
DJ
watching
Moore
that game.
What'd you say?
Can you post some props on DJ Moore?
Yeah, I can check him out.
I'm not watching that game.
It's a horrible game.
I'm going to watch the new episode of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm going to probably watch
Red Wings.
Yeah. I'm going to watch probably some Supernatural.
Tis fair.
That shit is dog shit. But the next 2 Thursday night games are really good.
What is it?
I don't know. Gentry had it. Let me talk.
It's crazy that Amazon pays as much as they do to have exclusive NFL rights. I thought that we were going to start seeing good Thursday night games when I saw like the amount of money that Amazon paid. Nah. NFL still said, fuck you, buddy. Yeah. We're putting out the shitters on Thursday. Don't give a fuck. Which also makes zero sense. Because like, if you're going to put out a shitter, put it on mask it behind like the multiple games on a Sunday.
Yeah. So week 11 is Bengals-Ravens, which that's going to be a great game.
That's good. That's really good.
Bengals-Ravens?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
And then week 12...
well,
it's a Friday night on Amazon because week 12 is Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And then the week after that, it's Seahawks-Cowboys.
Oh, that's a good-ass game. That's a good-ass game.
Yeah.
Wait, that's at Cowboys?
Yep, at Dallas.
Bro, I feel like they always get their big games at home.
And then it's Patriots-Steelers.
They just play Philly on the road.
Chargers, Raiders, Saints, Rams, Jets, Browns. Yikes.
Raiders might be a little bit more fun to watch though without Josh McDaniels.
Jets Browns could be really ugly. that could be
Jets
really
Browns
ugly.
could be like a 5-7 game.
Yeah.
I am a filthy, dirty
It's like a
defensive
soccer
fan.
score.
And I would watch that.
Hey, DJ Moore tonight, anytime touchdown, plus 190.
Okay. What about receptions?
Receptions, it all depends. But receiving yards is 56.5.
Oh, bro, I actually like that a lot.
Minus 110. I mean, if you put that up together,
Man.
mix up a little parlay. Bears minus 3.5 tonight.
We were doing that ladder challenge like 3 nights in a row. We had hit. Remember, I was just in the chat.
Yeah.
Basically, just double up your money. Austin Reeves fucked us last night.
No more betting on the Watts.
And we're betting on the Watts. Well, like spicy Watts.
Only spicy
Yeah,
Watts.
only spicy
I
Watts.
needed 10 points from this dude.
Yeah, he needed 10 points from Reeves, man. Choked it away.
He's struggling.
He got gripped up by Jalen Green. And I guess the guy we wanted here, Udoka, before the game.
Yo, wait, what you mean gripped up by Jalen Green?
Yeah, wait.
Hey, I'm
Listen,
saying
people
on
have been
that.
gripped up by Jalen Green before, and it didn't turn
He
out.
got gripped up by Jalen Green. You take it however you want to, because Jalen Green's that type of dude. They probably did both. But I guess before the game, Udoka went to Jalen Green and was like, this is the guy that got picked for Team USA over you. And this, I guess, fired Jalen Green up.
Damn.
I don't know. And fucking Austin Reeves got shit on.
That is embarrassing that Austin Reeves got picked for Team USA over Jalen Green.
That is embarrassing.
But let me tell you guys.
Who would you rather have, be honest?
Jalen Green.
Yeah.
Easily. Easily.
Yeah.
But let me tell you guys about Guardian Alarm. Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and no Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sends you.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune in to the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome. Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays to join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Experience Dispo Romeo, a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere mixed with fresh inventory from Michigan's largest variety of products. The first ever cannabis mall of its kind is conveniently located off Van Dyke and 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Dispo Romeo is now open late night until midnight every day except for Sunday. Can it get any better than that? The answer is no. Dispo, your local cannabis plug. That's Dispo Dispensary, disposhops.com. What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy. That's Spimo Raxter on Chris, JB Smooth. We have some breaking news pertaining to the Detroit Pistons. Former first-round pick, Jaden Ivey. It used to not be breaking news. It used to be something that's just kind of stupid to talk about, but it's equated to other things now. Jaden Ivey's officially stripped everything Detroit Pistons from his Instagram profile today.
Damn.
That's
like all posts and everything too?
I looked back and there was some posts from when he got drafted, and there's a picture of him and Duran's still up there, but yeah. And then shortly after that, I checked his Twitter, and I don't know what it looked like beforehand, but there's no Pistons stuff on there anymore either. So there's a profile picture of him in a Pistons jersey, that's 23 Ivy, but yeah, that.
And he's not traveling with the team.
Oh yeah, JB, you said that he's not traveling with the team as well?
Yeah, well, this is inside information from Ermanni and Edwards earlier today. Braylon said he's not traveling with the team, so I think they're just trying to like kind of put this under the rug and say, hey, you know what? Just say you're sick, you're not feeling well, that's why you're not traveling. But you know, I think we kind of see through what's going on. I think he's just frustrated overall that he's not starting.
It's just so early into the season to like,
and early in your career, man.
And yeah, in your career, it's not a good look.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't even want to go to like yet. We can go to like the whole trade value, like exploring that. But
are we sure he had like Pistons and shit in his?
It's from Pistons Talk
in his bio before that though.
I don't know. I'm texting with Kool-Aid right now. Some are saying he didn't have Piston stuff before, but then again, it's like, why even make this post a thing?
Yeah. No, it's a couple people are posting about it. I think, and then if he's out again tomorrow, yeah. World of Isaac, Jaden Ivey's out again tomorrow? ? 4 games for an illness seems a bit much, especially with no other information.
Yeah, that's true. Damn, bro.
I'm not. I know I've been like.
Easy's about to take a victory lap again.
No, it's not victory lap, man. This is bad.
This is bad.
I feel like this hurts trade value. I feel like it hurts like just his relationship with Monty off the rip. Like how like I just, it just feels early to like have this type of reaction, and like I hate judging someone's character that I don't know, but feels immature too. Yeah. And I don't know the whole situation to like make that type of like comment, but like, what the fuck, bro? I mean, I'm sorry for swearing too, but dude, the season just started, man. It just started, and you have every. I mean, I get you at the offseason to work your way into the starting lineup, but like, just trust the process. I mean, I don't know, man. This is crazy.
Yeah,
this is pretty wild. Again, I don't know if there's anything to it. Maybe we're looking into it too much, but World of Isaac is right. Like 4 games for an illness.
Yeah,
man must be really fucking sick. Like, yeah, that's fucked, dude.
It's also not totally out of the realm of possibility, because if it is like a respiratory thing, like there's the conditioning that could be affected by it. But I'm with you. I mean,
and not want to get the rest of the team sick.
A player not COVID was out for more than 3 games.
Yeah,
like usually an illness is one game,
and no other information. There's no like detailed in the illness.
Yeah,
and Detroit's like pretty like tight knit. Like not too much like leaks out of there. Like even with we're trying to figure out who's gonna be the next head coach. The Tom Gore stuff came up, but that like, Tom Gore is the one who said that. Like, we didn't necessarily agree on the head coaching hire, but you know,
Austin Harris said COVID 20. he's got that COVID 23.
I mean, I don't want to like jump into like too many speculations, but like fuck.
Yeah, I don't even want to jump into like the whole like
trade
value stuff yet. Like
we got to, bro.
Like, we will. But
first
like,
one's on.
We could maybe even do that like later in this segment, but first of all, we just have to acknowledge, like you said, Easy, I thought the perfect thing you brought up was that just like, I don't think this is a good look. I get being frustrated, but it is so early in a new tenure with a coaching regime, and just again in your career to be that upset about not starting for this team, especially when you have the guys that you have in this locker room. Like, from all accounts, from Kool-Aid, from everybody we know that's connected with the team, like this is a very tight team, because these are a lot of young players at very similar age range and very similar points in their career, and they're building together. And so for me, it's just like it's just sad. Like, even when we all think Killian's the outcast, right, because of how like poorly he performs, but Kool-Aid will be the first to tell you no in the locker room, like they love Killian. Yeah. So it's like that's the whole other part of this that's really just weird to kind of comprehend.
Big M says, doing Ivy wrong. It's not the Pistons it's not like the Pistons are world beaters and tearing up the league. I would have walked out too. Pathetic leadership by Monty. Put that kid in. This is not an appropriate response for coming off the bench. Like that's something that should drive you as an athlete. I don't. We don't know if this was an actual shot or if this is something more than what it is. But if this is something because he was coming off the bench, That's a bad look. That's something you should want to get better, want to be in there, want to be fighting for that starting spot. Nothing is gifted to you in life. You need to go take it. And even if you are the most athletic, the high draft pick, going out there, making things happen, like, you still need to work for these things.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, we don't know for sure. We're speculating here, but if that's what it is, man, that's not a good look. I think Jaden Ivey should be starting. I'm a person who wants him to start. I'm a person who wants him to start over Killian. But still, this is not how you go about it if that's actually what's happening.
Yeah.
DCP1. Pistons need Lane Kiffin.
Pistons need Lane Kiffin. Bring him in as a psychology expert.
So what is the? And again, this is all like speculative. Like, I don't know what his Instagram looked like beforehand. Pistons talk pretty much. He's on stuff. He has a huge Pistons page for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
But what I mean in this scenario, if it's truly what's going down, like, what is the trade value of Ivy at this point?
I think it's still very high. I think it's still.
What's very high?
He's still a top player, like top prospect. Yeah. It's not like you're going to trade him for like Sadiq Bey return. Like, you'd get a good return for him if you do end up moving on.
I guess it upsets me a little bit too is getting early into his career.
So early.
And it's early into like the way I wanted things to go, and it's selfishly on me. But like a deep book, there was a path to get him here. And unfortunately, I'm sorry if anyone didn't want to hear this, but I feel like Ivy was a part of that. And I think it's too soon for Phoenix to pull a plug on him. Although he's dealing with some injury issues too.
You could get assets again. You could get assets for Ivy that still lead to Booker. Like, that's still not something that's totally out of the realm of possibility. I
don't even want to.
I don't want to go that far either. I don't even like going to trade value because like there is going to be GMs around the league that are going to try and hardball the Pistons about this situation because they're gonna try and get the disgruntled star price for him when in reality, you know, he's
not a star yet.
Yeah, he's not a star yet. So it would be a very interesting trade market because I'm trying to think through NBA history of like a guy this early in his career that had this level of prospect, essentially behind closed doors demanding a trade. I don't know what that means.
The one thing I guess you want to mix it into too, and again, I don't want to I can't judge anyone's character. I don't know these people personally, but you know, Monty had the issue with 8 and 2, you know?
Yeah.
This is a common theme with Monty, maybe? This wasn't anything with New Orleans, though, when he was there.
I mean, it's not like he put Ayton on the bench, though. Ayton was still...
Yeah, Ayton still played.
Played and was getting minutes. Maybe he's a little hard on guys, but...
Game 7, he benched him, but he was also just not effective.
Yeah.
Also with Monty and Ayton, that was specifically an effort thing. And from what I've heard, I haven't heard anything that questions Ivy's effort.
Yeah.
So... I think with Monty, I think he is a pretty simple guy, and it's all about giving it your all and earning your place. And that's something that Kool-Aid's told us several times. This is about not egos. This is about building, you know, consistent winning habits.
And again, if this is like we're speculating here, like I said, I want to keep repeating that because we don't know anything more than what we've seen that he is going to have his 4th straight game missed due to an illness. He does not have Pistons or anything in his bios on Instagram or Twitter, and he is reportedly not traveling with the team. I feel like this door was still open for him to make the starting lineup.
Easily.
Like, it's not like Killian is this, he's starting no matter what because he is so good for our team, such a valuable player in the NBA.
He's been good the past couple games.
That spot was up for grabs. And he could have gotten there through his play, in my opinion.
Easily.
If he doesn't think that's the case, then maybe that's what it comes to. But I still think, like, you, as a person in any facet of life, if you want something, you got to go take it.
Yeah.
You got to go take it. You got to go out there and give everything you have, give 150%, better yourself to a point to where it can't be denied from you anymore.
Yeah,
You know, it's a one situation I think of when I think of this Ivy is I think of Reggie Jackson and how he ended up in Detroit.
Yeah,
remember that was early. That was later in his.
But Reggie had like a playoff series where he was like a
and he had
key
multiple
contributor.
time Pro Bowl or All Stars starting over him. Like he had Russell Westbrook and James Harden in front of him.
Right. So he knew he wasn't coming up.
Yeah,
he wasn't taking anyone's spot.
Like Ivy could. I can't say this enough. I am an advocate for wanting Jaden Ivey in the starting lineup. Yep. I want him out there over Killian. I have wanted that, but like this is not a good look, man.
Well, even going back to like I think it was last week or maybe even this week where Monty was talking about he likes the fit of Sasser, Cade, and Killian.
Yeah.
Just didn't even fit Ivy in there whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, feels like something is going on.
It could be like that is looking back at it, and maybe we're prisoners of the moment. But looking at that quote, you're right, Easy. There is some validity to naming 3 guards and leaving out 1.
Yeah,
just 1. Like Ivy's the only guard that's in the rotation now because Monty's hurt, and that wasn't mentioned.
And like everybody points at the defense with Ivy and how that's why he's not in there. But I've talked about like you can compensate for having one guy, and it's not like he's like god awful on defense because he has athleticism, he's got quickness.
Yeah.
So he's not a complete traffic cone, and you can make up for that by having a Cade Cunningham, Oscar Thompson, Isaiah Stewart, and Jalen Duren around him who are all plus defenders.
Yeah. And the thing too, for me, it's a little bit more than defense too. I think it's like overall like feel the game. Like for me, it feels like he's trying to rush things at times. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it's because to prove a point that he belongs in the court or what. But he had those same moments as a rookie too. I think it's just his style of play. It sometimes forces decisions. But it's not like Hayes not making the best decision right now with the ball either.
I think Killian and Marcus Sasser would be perfect together coming off the bench. Like you talk about fits, I think that fit as 1 and 2 would be perfect together.
I think Sasser fits next to damn there anyway.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man,
but
his ability,
we're going to keep going on this, but let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work out on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all of this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, and more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm real easy. Join my guys, Ben Morax, Young Chris, JB Smooth. Shortly, we will be joined by Derrik Klassen of the 33rd team in Bleacher Report to discuss his quarterback rankings, how he feels about Jared Goff overall, and a little bit of Hayden Hooker talk. But until then, we did have the breaking news of Jaden Ivey reportedly taking out all the remaining evidence of him being Detroit Pistons out of his Instagram bio. I don't know if it's the same thing with Twitter, but everything's out of his Twitter bio as well. Still Pistons picture on his Twitter account, but I don't know if he tweets too often, or X, however you guys want to go forward with that one. But yeah, just kind of respond to that one, man. I guess I'm just hurt because I think it's just, I'm hurt, one, because I kind of, if it is true, kind of just disappointing Jaden Ivey just as a person. I thought more of him. Watching him cry when he got drafted, I felt he had like the ultimate character, the ultimate passion just for the game itself and wanting to be here in Detroit specifically. And it's not a city that a lot of athletes like wish to come to. He cried tears, was happy to be here because of his family lineage and ties to the city and his mom and all that good stuff like that. I guess that part hurts. And it feels like something that's going to be tough to move on from. Whether him and Monty patch it up, it feels like one of the only things that cure that is winning. I don't know if that's coming for the Detroit Pistons anytime soon. And then the other thing, if it is going the other way, and then they are like breaking apart. It sounds shitty to say this early into it. Again, it's just speculation. I also feel like it hurts the trade values a little bit. It's not like he's a star already. It's not a James Harden. It's not a guy who has multiple All-Stars or playoff wins, playoff games, playoff moments. This is a kid who's yet to break into the league as like a proven guy. And it doesn't garner. I don't know, man. I'm hurt all around.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. The one thing I'll add to the star point in the trading part of it is that it does only take one team that's desperate in the NBA. Like that is the ultimate quote from Andre Iguodala. It only takes one to create leverage. And some teams are in less than ideal circumstances, like Brooklyn, that don't really have, they have Mikal Bridges, but a ton of picks, but they can't really get a big three there. But maybe they can use some of those picks to get a guy like Ivy, somebody that could give them long-term upside. There's teams around the league that can look for a guy like Ivy, who was talented and who flashed everything that he flashed in the first season. But yeah, I just hurt for that, Easy, for the tears that he shed when he got drafted by Detroit. The fact that not many people want to come to Detroit. It's so awesome to have somebody here, and I just feel like this is something you can patch up. Like he is. Let's remember, this kid is 21, right? 21, I believe, and so. Like you're still a young man, you're still maturing, you're still figuring out a lot of things in life, and a lot of things are happening fast for him. He went from a college guy to an NBA star to having the way the franchise on him. So it's a lot, and maybe he's just handling it wrong because he has that passion, and maybe somebody that's mature, grown, had the life experiences that Monty's had can kind of walk him through it and help him patch it up. So that's what you can hope.
I'm seeing people saying he didn't have Pistons in his bio before.
Yeah.
So I don't know, what's going on there. But I saw this tweet under the guy Mike Curtis, who released the Pistons ins and outs when Ivy, is still out with the sickness. Somebody said Ivy has the plague. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Plague. Bubonic plague's still a thing, by the way. You get it from fleas, I guess.
Is it really?
Yeah. No. We just can treat it now, obviously.
Is swine flu still around?
I don't know. I'm not a doctor, Chris.
What about this disease?
Yeah, what the hell? It seems like we're having some VMix difficulties, so what we're going to do is we're going to call Derrik, have him on the phone. Okay. I have that one with his picture and the nameplate for that one.
Got it.
Derrik is a reporter for both Bleacher Report and the 33rd Team. He recently came out with his Week 10 quarterback list. We went over it yesterday. It's been highly controversial, especially in this part here in Detroit. But, there's other names on there, too, that were head-scratchers. And, my guy Connor follows Derrik, so he's reputable. And obviously he's working with two big platforms. So I'm curious to hear the makeup of the list, because that was a head scratcher for myself. Hopefully this Jaden Ivey stuff, as you said, Smitty, is maybe was already like that on his Instagram and we're overreacting. But like you said, it was reported from our guy Pistons Talk to begin with. And Pistons Talk's pretty reputable when it comes to reporting Detroit Pistons news. You shook your head a little bit there, Smitty. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I hope it's nothing. I hope it's not anything serious. I hope it is just speculation and we're making a lot out of a little, but we'll see. Again, the illness doesn't look good.
The illness. That could be a thing too. Like if it's a true illness, and he's 4 days away from the team, maybe they don't want to get other guys sick. Let's try and put a positive spin on it. Chris, can you download this that quarterback rankings? Actually,
I got it already.
You're the man for that, by the way. JB, we good? We got the man himself, Derrik Klassen, joining us, both from 33rd Team and Bleacher Report. Man, I appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, we're known here in the city of Detroit as Goff truthers, as we like to say it. We've never been on the whole top 5 or MVP candidates, but we saw your list yesterday from the 33rd Team, and you had him at 14. We're kind of wondering what goes in the making of this list for you.
I mean, I would say there's a couple of core tenets. Like one, I'm very very much someone who, like, I like my quarterback to be able to do as many things as possible, and Goff kind of gets knocked for that in the sense that I think he's very, very good at specific things. I think he's very good at throwing over the middle of the field. I think he's very good off of play action. I think he's gotten actually better as a decision maker and not really putting the ball at risk, which I think is important. But I think in terms of the types of throws he can make, I think he struggles outside the numbers a little bit. And I think down the field, he's really, really good in rhythm and on play action, but he's not a guy who's going to throw late in the down the field. And he's not really a creator outside the pocket. So to me, he's just a guy who does a really, really good job at specific things within the offense. But that kind of dings in when part of my curriculum or whatever you want to call it, is being able to do a lot of different things, and he just doesn't quite have that. The other thing is, like, I kind of like to imagine what every quarterback would look like if you just kind of put them in what is like an average offense that is built to their skill set. And I think that's why some of the guys I have ahead of him that's why I have them ahead of him. Like, if you put Stafford, I think, in an offense that actually had talent and was a little bit more conducive to his skill set right now, I think he would look and produce a lot better than Goff is playing right now. So that's kind of what goes into why I have Goff a little bit lower. I still think he's a really good quarterback and has done he's made a lot of improvements from his Rams days, but that's kind of part of why I don't have him too high.
And so you would have the same kind of stipulations or concerns about Tua Tagovailoa and Geno Smith, and that's why they're both also in that same grouping with Goff, I'm assuming?
Yeah, 100%. Tua especially, I mean, we saw what he looked like when he didn't have a good coach at all and didn't have Tyreek Hill, and then you kind of give him what to me is Tua some of the biggest cheat codes in the NFL at this point.
Hey, yes.
And again, he's kind of like Goff in the sense that there's a handful of things he's really, really, really good at. Like, his timing is impeccable. His accuracy is really good, especially over the middle. But again, almost like Goff, it's like, he doesn't really do a whole lot outside the pocket. Sometimes his deep passing can be a little bit lackluster. So I think there's in that kind of tier that you just mentioned, the kind of, 10 to 16, 17, they're guys who I think are really, really good within certain parameters of an offense, and they can really run it really well. They're just not necessarily the engine for what's going on, if that makes sense.
By the way, Derrik, I don't hate it at all. Like I said, we are the Goff truthers. I only have to deal with the Lions side of it, and some Tua fans too. I'm sure you're getting berated by Dolphins and Lions fans nonstop after that list.
Oh, you know it.
But what I do have a question about, though, I haven't been the biggest fan of Dak Prescott this year. What is it you've seen out of him to jump him up to 6?
I mean, truthfully with Dak, I really just love the way that he plays. Like, to me, there's something very almost artistic about watching a quarterback who is willing to stand in the pocket, get through all of his reads, command pre-snap, and be able to throw really every single level of the field. And I think that's something that Dak has always been able to do. And he's really, really aggressive within the structure of the offense. Like, he'll throw really difficult corner routes, really tough dig routes on time. I always make this joke, there's not a seam route that he won't throw. Like, he's going to make that ball fit, whether it's open or not. And sometimes that does get him into trouble, but I just love how willing he is to push the envelope. And kind of like I mentioned earlier, I think in terms of his pre-snap awareness, like getting them into the right protections, understanding where his hots are, there really aren't that many quarterbacks that are better at him than that. Like, I think that's kind of his superpower. The reason and so that's kind of why I think he's so high. Like, he doesn't quite have some of the creativity of some of the other elite guys, but I think with what I mentioned earlier, with being able to kind of do everything, to me, I think he kind of does a little bit of everything in terms of, like, being able to run really a full spectrum of offense, make every single throw, all that type of stuff.
And another one that a lot of people, I know, especially in our chat when we put that up yesterday, and I've seen it, on the post, had issue with was Kyler Murray already at the number 11 spot, I believe. And even though, he hasn't played a snap yet this year coming off of that injury, what went into ranking Kyler Murray already just outside of the top 10?
Honestly, I think people just forget how good Kyler Murray can be. Like, I think when we think of Kyler Murray right now, we're all thinking of, like, that last year under Cliff, right, where 2022, everything just didn't go right. Like, Cliff was kind of checked out. The offense wasn't as talented as it had been before. Kyler had kind of seemed to check out at a certain point, and they weren't hitting on anything deep, which is really like a big move away from what Kyler had been before, because when Kyler was playing really, really well in like 2019, 2020, 2021, he was really, really good down the field. Like, that's kind of part of his game. And so the fact that that went away, to me, I was like, okay, something is clearly wrong. That's not necessarily his fault, because we know that he's good at this. So to me, I'm just really leaning on what he was in 2020 and 2021, where at stretches he looked like an MVP quarterback, like not necessarily as good as like the Josh Allens or Joe Burrows and stuff, but like in that next tier after that, where it's like, okay, you're winning because of this dude, because of some of the stuff he can do outside of structure, because of some of the plays that he creates out of God knows what. I don't know what he's thinking sometimes, but he pulls it off because he's an incredible athlete with an incredible arm. So I'm kind of more just betting that some of the stuff that we saw in 2020, 2021 outweighs whatever BS was going on in 2022.
Yeah, I feel like some of the stuff with Cliff Kingsbury was just kind of like minimalistic, like him coming straight from college at the head coaching job. Because even when our lowly Detroit Lions 2021, they were able to nab one against the Arizona Cardinals here at home.
Broke their season.
Yeah, and from that point, it's kind of like they just were like figured out that point. And Kyler Murray had tanked a little bit, but he's still number 1 overall pick, and maybe he can bounce back. He is a demon when he does get to running those little ass legs. It's so fun to watch. Derek, I gotta ask. So obviously, I feel the same way about the same as you about Jared Goff. I think it's a lot more based upon like the system and pieces around him. And then, so with that being said, I have some stock banked in with Hendon Hooker. Former Heisman candidate before the injury last year. I know he's a little bit older, but he's a bit more athletic. I think he's skilled enough to make the same amount of throws Goff's making. What do you make? What do you think of Hendon Hooker?
Maybe you guys called the wrong guy, because I'll be honest, I wasn't huge on Hendon Hooker coming out. And part of my argument was just even before you watched what Hendon Hooker was at Tennessee and like what he was actually doing, to me, it was just like a 24-year-old guy who has a bunch of knee issues and is also coming from a Tennessee offense that we know is very
gimmicky.
It's Mickey Mouse. Like, they're not playing real football over there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's like the old Baylor type stuff. So that all to me was just a really concerning profile. So you throw that on top of when I watched him, I think his arm is really good. I think he's a really good athlete. And the one thing I will say about his decision making is, even though I thought he left some yards on the field at times and like they didn't ask him to do a lot of processing, he was really, really good at not making mistakes. Like he wasn't putting the ball in danger and stuff like that. So I think maybe early on they could get him to be like a game manager type and just kind of do a lot with his legs and really just not put the ball in danger. And then you hope that maybe with a little bit more experience, a little bit more actually being in a pro system, that he can develop into more of a legitimate starter.
Yeah, I'm hoping the same way Ben's been able to like make Jared Goff, and Jared Goff's looked good in systems beforehand, obviously, but Ben's been able to make him look. I mean, people here would tell you top 5. I was hoping he'd do the same with Hendon Hooker, who has a little bit more tools in his tool bag, I should say. But real quick, do you have another question, Smitty?
I just wanted to ask about C.J. Stroud, because I saw you had him top 10, and I honestly, when we looked at it yesterday, I was like, it's a little low. It's like this guy has been going. He's looked amazing. Like he set a rookie record for passing yards, had 5 touchdowns and a comeback win.
He's better numbers in golf right now.
Yeah, he's got 14 touchdowns and 1 interception. Like, what has this guy done to? I know he was great at Ohio State, and I thought he was going to be great in the NFL, but I didn't think immediately this great, especially in Houston. Who, I mean, they got Nico Collins, who's very good, and Tank Dell looks great, but not top flight receivers or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean, I was a huge C.J. Stroud guy too, and I'm telling you, this is what I thought he would be like if everything worked out like 3 years down the line. You know what I mean? Like, I can't believe that he's this dude out of the gate. I think the biggest thing to me is just part of the concern kind of that I had coming into the league was like, okay, this Ohio State system, it's not all that pro. Like, it's not quite as gimmicky as Tennessee, but like they do some stuff that's not really like very, very pro style. So I was like, okay, we've seen guys come into the league from this system, be a little slow to the take, or if they can get there at all. So I was like, even though I think Stroud handled the system very well, I was like, it's probably going to take him a little bit of time. No, dude, this guy plays as fast and as in control and on time as any quarterback in the league already. And like every now and then he's wrong, like he's going to leave some yards on the field, but like he's making mistakes fast, if that makes sense. And that's a good thing for a rookie, to just make the mistakes fast and learn. And like he doesn't really make the same mistakes twice. Like he's just, I think he's already such a cerebral player, such a smart player, and like the more that he hones that in, whether it's the rest of this year, next year, all that stuff. I mean, he's just going to be one of those dudes who beats you with his mind as well as anybody. And then you throw it on top of the fact, like, his arm talent, his accuracy is crazy. Like, it's already one of the best in the league. Like, he's just – that dude is phenomenal. Like, I can't buy enough CJ Stroud stock. That guy is crazy.
All right, then real quick before I let you get going, I apologize for taking up so much of your time, but we have a young quarterback in our division right now, Jordan Love. At the beginning of the season, I didn't know what to make of him, and now at this point, I just feel like he's trying to force too many big plays. I don't know if that's on his head coach or is he just not it? Because he's been in Green Bay with that system for a long time, too. What have you been making of him so far this year?
He's such a weird quarterback to evaluate because I do think he has his flaws. Like, I don't think he's all that accurate right now. I think sometimes he can get into his own head a little bit and go on like these rough stretches. Like, he's a very streaky player, if that makes sense, like very momentum based. He can get high, he can get cold, which is maybe natural for a first-year player. But I think really the biggest problem is that offense is just so young. It's so green. Like, when you insert a first-year player into the lineup or a first-year quarterback, you expect that quarterback to have some bumpiness, but you're hoping that other veterans around him will kind of make up for it and stabilize the offense. They just don't have that. Like, all their receivers and tight ends are first and second year guys. They've been rotating a little bit at the offensive line because they've had some injuries. So, like, you add on top of some of Love's inconsistencies with all the other guys being really super inconsistent, and they just can't really find their footing on offense. So I think I expect them to give him another year because he is so talented, and, like, he isn't a total train wreck. He is doing some things, but I just don't think it's going to work out this year. I think they're going to have to wait and see what happens next year with a few more reps.
I agree with you, man, for sure. And Derrik, we appreciate you joining the show. Appreciate you breaking down your
Real quick,
list.
one last one before I let you go. Lions versus Chargers this weekend. Who you got?
Oh, I think Lions. I don't trust the Chargers team. I love Justin Herbert, but I just don't trust the Chargers team.
That's fair.
That's fair. Derrik, I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you joining us, man.
Thank you, guys.
Before you go, tell the people where they can get more of your content and see what you got pumping out for the rest of the year.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter at QB Class. That's QB Class with a K. I do NFL stuff at 33rd Team, NFL Draft over at Bleacher Report, and then some quarterback charting stuff over at Reception Perception.
I might hit you back up around draft time, man. Is that cool?
Absolutely.
Hell
Love
yeah,
it.
man. Appreciate you, Derrik.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Derrik.
Thank you, guys. You guys have a good one.
Yeah, you too, man. All right, let me tell you guys about Hamlin Pub. Have you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular? We have just the place for you. Head to one of Hamlin Pub's 7 locations and experience where everyone's a regular. They got half off pizza on Tuesdays. They've got wings, food, and beer specials for every NFL game and all Michigan sports games. So make sure you guys go down there, have a good time, experience your new favorite pub for all things sports. It's Hamlin Pub, where everyone is a regular.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
BullseyeEventGroup.com is a website you guys need to visit if you want to come party with the heavies and the rest of Woodward Sports, downtown Detroit, and Eastern Market at Shed Number 5. That's BullseyeEventGroup.com. Free food, free drinks, free entertainment. This means we'll be wearing something tight, something skimpy. Make sure you guys stop by. It's BullseyeEventGroup.com for free tickets, for opportunity for free tickets. DM Lions VIP to Woodward Sports IG.
Man, brother. They're hurting the chat right now.
Oh man, they're sick. How about our guy? We gave him a shout out, by the way. Our guy, the Ronin. He dipped.
Yeah.
I can't take any more of this.
Runyon was not feeling it.
He was not feeling it. I gotta say, we also bitched out.
Yeah.
We were talking greasy yesterday. You're
Yeah,
like,
I mean, when he breaks it down,
yeah,
that's what he's basing it off of.
yeah.
I still think Goff should be high, and we did tell him that. I think Goff should be higher than that.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, things he said is exactly how I feel. Good quarterback. Just I'm not top 5 in it. I would top 10 though. So, the one name I'm taking out for sure, and I asked him about it, was Dak Prescott.
I'm putting him in the top 10.
How'd you feel about the Dak Prescott answer? By the way?
He was
we should have asked him who he's.
He was glazing Dak a little bit.
I didn't want to keep him on too long because I did only tell him 10 minutes initially.
Yeah.
But I wonder who he is. I'll text him. He was a fan.
It makes sense to me how he said it and why he has.
For Goff or Dak?
For Goff.
Yeah.
How he explained why he's there and why he has Tua, Geno, Goff, and Purdy all in the same group.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's... Listen, I
do think Goff is better than at least Geno and Purdy.
Bro just hates talented offense. That's what it is. Yeah. He just hates talented offenses.
Well, because, I mean, I see what he's doing. He's singling out the quarterback and just judging, the quarterback themselves.
Yeah.
Which Goff has been good this year. I mean... I don't know, man. The one that I still don't agree with after even hearing his reasons.
Kyler.
Well, no, Dak. Kyler I could see because he at one point we were like, holy shit, Kyler Murray. I mean, you know how it was a couple years ago back. And obviously he got hurt and he got figured out in Cliff Kingsbury's offense. So there's possibility that Kyler comes back, streaking and he looks good. But because let's be honest, Dobbs, I mean, obviously Kyler Murray's probably a little more talented than Dobbs. And Dobbs was straight in that Arizona offense. I don't know. It is kind of crazy to put him in there fresh off his injury, though, if it's the Week 10 rankings. But, yeah, we bitched out a little bit. I ain't going to lie. I bitched out in the Dak one. I'll say that.
Yeah, Goff should be higher than Geno. He should be higher than... I have to look at the list again to see where he's at.
To be honest, though, I see the way he said it, too. And I asked...
No, I got it right here.
I asked... this is the same conversation I have when you talk about Joe Burrow, right? Which, by the way, where does he have Burrow?
He's got Burrow at 7.
Okay. So I think him and I evaluate quarterbacks on a similar plane.
Yeah.
Because I'm the same way. I'm like, okay, let's take him out of the situation he's in and let's put him elsewhere. You know what I'm saying?
How would he look?
Exactly. Is he thriving the same? And I know damn sure with Goff it's not that. I know sure with Tua it's not like that.
I think Goff should be higher than Geno, Kyler, and Dak.
We were actually supposed to make a list
Dak and Goff,
for today.
I wouldn't be mad. So that puts him right in the top 10.
So I would put Geno over Goff.
You would put Geno over Goff?
I'd put Geno over Goff. Geno, the way he controls the game, it's impressive.
Goff controls the game. He's been controlling games all year this year.
No, I mean, he has actually controlled a few games. You're right. Against bad teams.
And Geno just got spanked against the Ravens, too.
Listen, we saw Geno here in Detroit. He was masterful.
That's true.
And we saw him last year in Detroit. Masterful.
He was glazing Dak pretty hard, though.
I don't think he was glazing him. Maybe he's a Cowboys fan.
Might be a Cowboys fan.
No, I think Geno's pocket presence, or pocket awareness.
He's got good pocket awareness.
Dude, it's
yeah.
It's I'm pissed that we didn't get any sacks on him, but you watch, it's
he's moving around,
he's
making
too
things
fucking
happen.
smart.
Yeah.
He's another smart guy too. We talk about Dobbs a physicist or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Geno's really smart too.
Tell us about Fairway.
I'll tell you about Fairway Packing, maybe.
I'll tell you about Fairway Packing.
Go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Because for over 60 years, Fairway Packing Company has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit the State Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks, or order online today at fairwaypacking.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Citron is where you can go to win a $100,000 Vegas getaway. Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps. And you can do that with Citron. It's the Citron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win the $100,000 Vegas getaway. You can do that at drinkcitron.com/Vegas and buy Citron at your local Meijer store. It's Citron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for the people who desire to look good, feel good, and be the best versions of themselves. Go to drinkcitron.com/Vegas.
Hey, I went to Derrik's Twitter and I searched like Jared Goff, see the kind of stuff
people were saying to him.
No, I mean, just see what he was saying. You would think it was my Twitter.
You're like, this
Easy to love.
Yeah, kind of. He's got me playing. It's like, there's 2 of them, and it's 2 different games too. Literally the same thing. Who's the guy think he is? It's like one of those ones where he doing those like pirouettes, try spinning out and rolling out and throwing the ball. Didn't work out. But I don't hate Goff. I'm just real good.
He's in love. He found his soulmate.
Every time we talk quarterbacks, you guys know who I'm having on.
You're about to be texting him on the weekends and shit.
Hey, bro.
I mean, he didn't have good things to say about Hendon, though.
Yeah.
I will say that. But didn't Patrick Mahomes, wasn't his offense kind of gimmicky, too?
They just threw the ball a lot.
Yeah. I can't. I'm just going to take that back. No, you can't compare anyone to Patrick Mahomes.
No, you can't.
That guy's just literally electric. But apologize to you Goff fans. Apologize to Jared Goff. Apologize to Christian Harper. Didn't mean for you guys to take that much abuse.
I apologize to Christian Harper for sure.
You for sure would. Let's be respectful. That's his fiance now, wife to be.
I would apologize to her for sure.
You think Jared Goff?
Apologize real hard.
Think Jared Goff would beat you
up?
Do I think Jared Goff could beat me up? I wouldn't let it happen.
Yeah, I wouldn't let it happen.
I would not let it happen. Like he's a big athletic dude.
6'5".
Yeah, he's a big athletic dude, but I would not let it happen. Like I'd be like the Black Knight from Monty Python. Like, I'll bite your leg off. Like hopping on with no arms, no legs, hopping after him if it came down to it. Would not let it happen.
That's fair. I don't know who that guy is. I had something in mind too.
Oh, dude, you gotta watch Monty Python, the Holy Grail.
What's Monty Python?
Monty Python is a British comedy group. They do a bunch of different things, but Monty Python, the Holy Grail is their best work, and it's really funny.
Shout out to JG, doing well this year. Maybe he gets paid. We'll see. What?
DCP1 said I'd be her stool.
No, we're not. Come on, we'll be respectful. That's the guy's wife.
Footrest.
We'll be respectful. I think the wildest shit we did say, though, was the Kelly Stafford stuff. But also, I still think it's true.
I don't even remember. Oh, the Cooper Kupp, Kelly Stafford stuff?
Well, that too, but like
that was wild.
She's pretty, but like.
Oh, yeah. She
probably got that.
Oh, yeah. We don't got it.
She probably got the Detroit supremacy on, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Respectfully. That's a compliment, I think.
It is a compliment.
All right.
Well, I wouldn't go with Kelly. She's notorious for clapping back.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. She's got it for sure. I'm not even. I just said it. You guys know it's true. Come on now. How many kids they got? 50 of them. Like she's got it. She knows what she's doing. Marcus Sasser.
Bro, that's his wife.
It's a compliment.
I was saying Kristen Harper's bad, and you're like, be respectful, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Well, he's our current quarterback. Safford isn't. You guys know I'm telling the truth.
Spencer would beat up Mel Kiper. Oh, I beat the shit out of Mel Kiper.
Dude, Mel Kiper's a big dude.
Yeah, I don't care.
He's like 6'8".
Todd, Todd. I'll do it for Braylon.
And he beat his hairline straight?
Yeah.
He's done. It's all lined up.
I would do it for Braylon for
Beat
sure.
the Whittles peeking. Smash that like button, 5-star review on podcast platforms. If we don't get canceled after today, you can catch us there still. But back to this Jaden Ivey stuff real quick, because it is breaking
His cousin
news.
trying to change the TV
Oh,
channel.
it's so funny, dude. I wish Nick had a freaking
a camera on him.
Yeah, reality TV show.
He said that with the remote.
Just about
Detroit
Moving
Mario's cousin, Detroit Waluigi.
As we gotta start calling him because he's the cousin.
Detroit Waluigi,
yeah.
or Detroit Wario.
Yeah.
No, he's skinny, so Detroit Waluigi.
All right, deal. Either way, Jaden Ivey trade stuff. We talked about that, and I'm still down to talk about that too if you guys want to. I don't want to speculate on too many things, but if he did go, obviously I want something good back in return. But boy, Marcus Sasser playing the part. Every bit that you wanted Jaden Ivey to be. Was that fair? He's older than him, by the way, too.
He went absolutely ballistic last night. The shit he was doing, man, was so impressive.
Filthy,
Getting
bro.
open, creating space, stepping back. He did a James Harden step back and catch that bitch. Like the 2-hop.
Yeah.
Wet that dude. It was impressive to see Marcus Sasser go out there and eat like he did. And he's a pest on defense. He was getting steals. He was making things happen. I absolutely loved what I saw out of Marcus Sasser last night. And like Lindsay was telling us, like, this guy is different. This guy is special. And we saw it in full force last night.
Yeah, I said some wild shit. That's right. Marcus Sasser, like you said.
Bro.
Yeah, I'll delete it. I gotta wait till it gets out of the way of my emoji. Comment something. Help me out. Sorry for audio listeners. We said some wild shit in the chat. His ability to create space, like just filthy, bro. With the dribble moves. I was going back and forth with Lindsay last night, just texting about it. This kid is just insane. And he is older than Cade, so maybe you expect these things, but the athletic ability of him too to just create the space for him to get these shots off is just nasty. And like at some point last night, I'm holding the remote in my hand, and I almost had the same look as Detroit Waluigi because I'm like, holy shit, I'm watching this kid go back and forth with Damian Lillard in the fourth quarter. I was just sitting there like, like what the fuck am I? What is this happening, bro? It was disgusting. Even there was one play where Duran set a screen. And traditionally, you take the other side of the screen because he's so fucking nasty with the handles.
Yeah.
He was still able to go back to where he was originally going.
Yeah.
He had everybody fucked up out there. And the Milwaukee Bucks are a good defensive team, by the way.
No, not this year.
Not this year?
No, this year they're actually the worst perimeter defense in the NBA.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of good. They don't have a lot of good perimeter defenders, but they have a lot of good paint defenders.
Yeah.
But Omari Sankofa did tweet. He said, "I heard Ivey's been dealing with some sort of viral infection. I know a lot of you have been wondering. People said viral infection like the flu or a UTI, and he said, I'm no doctor, lol. So we'll see. I mean, it seems like if that's the truth, then that is something that you'd miss a week for.
Yeah. It's not something you clean your Instagram and Twitter page about, but it's something you'd miss a week for sure.
Smash that like button. We love our listeners. Sorry, the chat's wild right now. No, Chris, I know you got one going on Sasser right now. This dude was balling last night.
And everything you guys are saying is true. Like, he is awesome, he is incredible, but right now I do kind of like him in that bench role to start, but then close the games. Because he had some plays down the stretch too when it was like 2.5 minutes left, and I'm like, get the ball to Cade, and Sasser's like, I got this, bro. And he just took over. Like, he was playing absolutely phenomenal this game, and he has all the talent in the world to be a great scoring guard next to Cade. The one thing I'd like to see him do better is become a better playmaker. And obviously it's very early in his career, but if he becomes a better playmaker, then I think he becomes more of a complement next to Cade, because that's something that while we knock we knock Killian for his lack of shooting ability, the one thing that Monty and Cade like, according to Detroit Kool-Aid, about Killian is that he can relieve some of that ball pressure from Cade, and he can be a playmaker and facilitator, whereas Sasser, as you can see, is just a very good scoring guard at this point and a decent playmaker and a dog on defense. So I like the idea of him, especially while this team is limited with injuries and you know, they don't have a lot of scoring versatility. Like, I like staggering him and Cade and then closing with that lineup, right, for now. But yeah, nothing to be upset about. He is amazing potential, and he might be one of the best steals in the draft.
Yeah, he very well could be the steal of this draft. Like, the guy looks legit. And like I said, it's not like he sucks on defense either. He can go out there and he can make plays. He can get steals. He can stay in front of people, and that's impressive. So I was extremely impressed with what he was doing last night.
Do you think, because he tweeted something out today at 3:52, and I'm assuming like if you were coming off that high of that game, the high of it, you'd probably still be awake, although they did lose, that the God is great tweet would come last night. But at 3:52 today, he spat it out there. Do you think he had a little 2K scene where the coach sat him down and told him he's a starter? You think he had a little 2K moment? He's like, look, kid, you put in the work.
It's the generic coach, like, doing Monty's, like, sitting in the corner, but they don't want to pay for his voice acting.
Yeah.
So it's the generic coach. He's like, hey, kid, you play great out there. We love to see the hustle. You were shooting it from all over the place. Welcome to the starting lineup. Like, I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's speculation. I mean, that's my job, is to overanalyze shit.
Yeah.
That tweet comes out around like 4 o'clock today.
Like I said, I'd have no problems with him starting. However, I do kind of like, for now, given the limited options that Detroit has offensively, staggering him and Cade for quite a while. Maybe even still keeping him in that bench role, but playing like, starter minutes, kind of like a Manu Ginobili with the Spurs, where it's like you're playing starter minutes, you're closing games, you're clearly one of the best players on the court, but you're coming off the bench to kind of be that engine for the next unit. At least now, until you get Bojan back, until you get Monty back, until you get Burks back, then I think you can kind of start them.
Yeah.
Hey, kid. Thanks for coming in.
Is it too soon? I mean, I want it, though. Am I being selfish? Am I being like...
I want it.
I
want it. I want it.
No, man.
I want it. I want it.
2 for 10 and the other's dropping 22.
Yeah.
Like it's not like you're reaching easy. It's not like this is a hot take to say start Marcus Sasser when one is scoring 22 points and the other is scoring 2 points. Well, although Killian did have good stretches.
Killian had a good game.
Hey, last 4 games, Killian's been straight.
Yeah.
He honestly has.
Yeah, which is even more reason to make Sasser still earn it. Push him to keep going, keep him motivated, and
I can't wait. But like, to win games though, like at some point, come on, I'm sick of these losses. I get we're young. I get that to go through like this rite of passage as a young team, like losing. Yeah. They choked that game away last night.
They did.
It's so sad because like I obviously I was pissed off about it, but I'm just so numb to it because the same thing happened against the Blazers. Mm-hmm. It's a common theme with them when they are up. They just choke these fucking games away.
The exact same thing happened in Miami. Literally the exact same play. Cade, instead of settling for the jump shot, drove to the rim against a good paint defense. I think you should have done some sort of mid-range or 3-point shot with Cade, going to the rim on Brook Lopez versus cooking up Pat Connaughton or Dame on the perimeter. I like the idea of a shot more. So and then you go back to the Miami game. He had the same thing. He drove on Bam and got blocked. So this is young, growing pains, all of that. I'm not too worried about it. This is all the stuff that's going to make you better.
I wanted to see Sasser take that last shut. I'm not gonna lie. But
that's what I was thinking they would do.
Yeah.
But
everybody be looking at Cade.
Monty apologized post game. He said that he was like, we kind of forced it. I put a sword in a tough spot to make that to Cade. We had Sasser, there's other guys open that could have possibly made a shot.
But let me tell you guys about Lady Jane's. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
Feldman Chevrolet is Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer with 18 locations of Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. What up and welcome back to the Woodward Awaits live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Spin More Rax. That's easy. That's
Hi.
JB. There's Chris. Hit the like button, 5-star review on all podcast platforms. I purposely did.
Yeah, you went for it.
Yeah. Well, I slipped up right away. Apologize. Comment the Woodward Sports chat from Bob's Big Boy. Shout out to Bob's Big Boy, big card collector. Dude makes bank off those things. Shout out to him. But he says Goff has a passer rating of 100.4 with 4,708 yards, 29 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions in his last 18 starts. The Lions are 14-4 over that stretch, but Easy isn't happy.
Why aren't you happy?
I never said I wasn't happy.
Why aren't you happy?
I never said I wasn't
When
happy.
will you wear wigs?
What? What did you just say?
Have you worn wigs?
Am I having a stroke right now? What the fuck are you saying?
Will you wear wigs?
Will you win wigs?
When will you wear wigs?
When will you wear wigs?
Yeah.
It's
from an interview with Mo.
All right.
Yeah.
I counted back. I said I'm just not.
Baggins getting interviewed.
So I'm just not falling for fool's gold. I know what it looks like when when it matters on the road or when the game's in the line. We see it time to time. For me, it's like I don't know. It feels like insanity to keep believing something else is going to happen there. That's where I'm at. And I've told you guys he's good. I'm not a hater. I'm just keep it real.
What about Jamo? Jamo.
Yeah. Jamo.
We should get that on a shirt.
Jamo. We should. Gotta get Sam's approval. I think he wants money for it. He told me.
Fuck that.
Fuck that.
He can take me to court. I'll see you in court, Sam. You better lawyer up, motherfucker, because I'm not coming back for 10%. I'm coming back for everything.
I had court this morning for my accident.
How'd it go?
Accident. Yeah, good. Got double parking, so I'm straight. No points,
Nice.
no nothing.
They're like, oh, look at this guy. I can't. Poor guy.
I look.
Chris is driving his car like, no cops pull him over. Yeah. The cop like, please go, like swerving in between lanes and shit. The cop pulls him next to him like, ooh.
Yeah.
Alright, son. Can't believe you let this kid drive.
The judge goes, you look like you double park all the time. There you go.
MSU plays tonight?
Yeah, they
Bounce
do.
back?
Huh?
Bounce back game?
Yeah.
Whooping that ass?
Like Southern Illinois or something. Yeah.
Oh, better. I mean, JMU was like a Southern Illinois or whatever too.
No, they're going to be a good team. They're going to be a tournament team.
That's fair.
But still, doesn't excuse the shooting.
They're a recognizable name. I will say that. James Madison University. All right, Chris. We promised you your fast break. I apologize. Let's get to it.
When will you wear wigs?
All right. Well, I kind of almost don't want to do fast break. I want to just more so look.
God damn it, Chris! We gave you a segment. You stick to the fucking segment.
No, because I want to go a little different with this because we were talking about this goes off last game. You know, the frustration. Easy talk about being numb to losing these close games, and you know so. I've said this consistently throughout the season. This team is still going to lose a lot of games, but they're going to be more competitive. And so I did some numbers, and I looked at, I looked at the last season versus this season, comparing these two teams. And so far, this Pistons team is, last season they had a margin of -8 points per game, point differential, so they're losing on average every game by 8 points. Second worst only to the Spurs. This season, though, through the 9 games, they are averaging a loss of 3.3 points, 10th worst. So their record is actually, or the point differential actually indicates that they should have a better record than they have, which makes sense because you're a young team, you blew some games, you probably should have won. So this is, I say all this to say this is progress with this team, and this is the kind of stuff you have to take in this season. I mean, how many games were over by halftime last year? How many games did you not want to watch the second half? This year, you're getting these closeout games against Milwaukee, against Miami, Eastern Conference juggernauts. And while you are coming up short, it's at least a hell of a lot better, a hell of a lot more exciting to watch, and it's going to do a hell of a lot more for this team's development. So I just wanted to kind of bring that to attention.
Yeah, they're more fun to watch for sure. They're more competitive. They're actually going to the ends of games, and they're still not healthy, like, at all. This team, when they're missing important pieces. They're missing starters, important rotation pieces, guys that can do a lot for this team. So when they come back, you'll see them start to win some of these games. You'll see them start to win by 5, 6, 7 points, 10 points in games that they should. Like, I expect them to be better. I expect them to be much better, but you need to get those guys healthy, man. You need Burks, you need Boyan, you need Monte. Livers is an important rotation piece. So I think when those guys come back, this team is going to be even better, obviously, and they're going to start winning some of these close games. But it is more fun to watch. There's a lot more young talent, and these guys are playing hard.
Weezy D313, the Woodward Sports Chat, says, give some blame to Cade instead of just using Killian as a lightning rod for all the L's. I gotta be honest.
The turnovers have been a little upsetting.
Yeah.
The turnovers have been upsetting for sure, but like
even last night in the final play.
Yeah. The guy's going out there. He's trying to do it all. He's trying to be the guy. He's getting a lot of attention from the defense. So he definitely needs to clean it up. Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I think he will clean it up.
Yeah, which is one of the arguments, if you want to make an argument against Sasser starting, is that, again, Killian is more of a ball handler who doesn't turn the ball over as much as Cade Cunningham. You're putting the ball more in Cade Cunningham's hands, and he's clearly having a turnover issue right now, very early in his career. So that would be one of the other things. But Easy, how do you feel about this team as opposed to last year? Watching it this year versus last year, just going through that lens. You said you're getting kind of numb to it, but it's at least more exciting, right? It's at least better to watch.
10 times more exciting. I mean, for me to be able to like sit down and like want to show my son the Pistons and tell him like, hey, that's number 2, that's Cade Cunningham, and then for Sasser to explode too, I'm trying to show my son, hey, that's Cade Cunningham. I'm like, oh, never mind, like, that's Marcus Sasser. Yeah, like, look at him. You know, it's just it is extremely exciting. I'm glad that's a scenario rather than last year. It was a bit more blowouts, a lot less going to the wire with good teams. And I know last night they lost Giannis and they probably like lost a little bit of momentum too, because I think somebody else got teed up immediately after too. Was it Bobby Portis or somebody else got in trouble like briefly after? If they're not teed up, I grabbed and pulled away from teeing themselves up.
The refs did that on purpose. The refs ejected Giannis on purpose early from that game because they knew Marcus Sasser needed his shine.
I guess so. I mean, to be honest though, the NBA's got to do better with that, because imagine as expensive as tickets are, and as a father, like if I had taken my whole family, it's like a week's wage worth of like money to buy tickets to the NBA game to go see Giannis Antetokounmpo, and he gets tossed out for a stare down. I mean, the NBA Players Association, and maybe it's on them to judge. Obviously, they're the ones playing the game and see where that stuff escalates. But like, I feel like that should be voted on by the players if they give a fuck enough about the stare down to be a technical. That's wild to me.
Refs in the NBA,
I love stare downs.
Refs in the NBA have a power trip for sure.
Oh my god, dude, absolutely do.
If you like roll them the ball too hard, they'll tee you up. But then if you like put the ball down, they'll tee you up too because you didn't give them the ball. Like,
you're not wrong actually.
They also I think have this like super strong pushback because of the whole Tim Donaghy thing. Like there's like that's like a real like union, these refs, and they know that they get accused of point spreading and all of those things, like, so they're actually very much like you said.
But like sometimes when you see the shit they do, it's like, how can we not accuse of that? Like the no calls on Cade versus like the ticky-tacky calls you see go the other way. It's like, brother, how am I supposed to have any other assessment of you as a referee? You make weird shit. Weird shit.
I hear you, but that's the position that Detroit's in. That's kind of new to them for the last 2 decades, is having a superstar player who's budding in Cade Cunningham, but he's not there yet. Like the other era, obviously the going to work Pistons was built on a bunch of quality starters, and then Drummond was never really a superstar, so he never got that superstar treatment. Like Cade is someone that will get superstar treatment, but we've also seen it with all of the other superstars in other teams, other franchises. It's just now we're really focused on it because it's like we actually have one.
If Cade was getting the same calls as Dame, they would have won that game.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree. Absolutely.
I mean, it's go back to 2 games ago where Cade hit that layup and like he fell to the floor and had to like roll over because the momentum of his guy hit. It's like, brother, that's not even like a superstar call. That's just a regular fucking foul call. Blow the fucking whistle. What are we doing here?
Yeah, and one more stat to like kind of just emphasize how much better the Pistons are this year than last year already, despite this, is that last year they played 37 of their 82 games were qualified as crunch time games, or games that came close. Right now, already 5 of their 9 games have been crunch time. So they've been close in a lot of games. I know it kind of doesn't feel like that because of the New Orleans game and things of that nature, but they've been competitive. And, eventually you are going to get lucky. You are going to win some games. This team is going to close better, make the better decisions down. That's why I say they're going to be better in March than they are right now. So just, enjoy the journey. And again, just look at last year. If you ever need motivation, they shot 28% true shooting percentage in the clutch last year. 28%.
Yeah, that's tough.
Now? That's garbage. Right now it's, I believe, 43. I got to double check that, but I believe 43.
It's a big jump.
Well, let me tell you guys about Big Boy. Winter in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmigiana or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack and Santa Fe garden. Also, the new apple pie hotcakes are too good to miss. Top it all off with a gingerbread shake for dessert. Stop at your local Big Boy today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Do you have fall on the brain? Fall lessons in college and professional football. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you get the best home and auto insurance with our guy. I don't know why I did that. With our guys, Mark, over at Swiss Insurance at SwissINS.com, or call him directly at 248-800-4177. That's 248-800-4177. Buongiorno.
Arrivederci.
Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm easy at Spin More Racks. Young Chris, JB Smooth. There was one key lines topic that I should have put in there. Tomorrow, you want to do QB list?
Yeah.
Don't let us forget. We do our own QB list. I'll try to make sure golf's in that top 10 for you gobblers out there. I understand you got hurt today. But do we have that video, Chris?
Give me 1 second.
I'll give you 1 second on it. Jameson Williams, you asked me, you got it?
Yep.
Oh, hell yeah. He's nice.
There we
I
go.
like that kid.
It's not that he's being mismanaged or that he's not doing something right on his end, as much as me saying, hey, I've been in this position. When a person wants to give advice and you want to throw something in there, it's not sitting on the sideline. I'm bringing this from experience. So I won't ever back down from it. I don't care who I'm talking to. I wouldn't back down from it. But I'm telling you, you got to let the players touch the ball. You got to, the bubble screens and all that, that's cool. That's still kind of a high intensity kind of route because you got to get a blocker out in front of you. You got to make sure the pass is right and all this other stuff. But I'm telling you, if you get him involved, I think we'll see a different type of a player take place. I think the confidence in his hands, you're catching the ball more in your hands. You're catching the ball on the run. You're catching the ball on the move. You got some sit down routes. You got some stationary routes. These things will build confidence in any receiver. I don't care if you're a veteran who's struggling, trying to get out of a slump, or if you're a young player and you're trying to get acclimated. Those are things that's going to make it work.
Shout out to Herman Moore.
Shout out to Herman Moore. I mean, I've been. It's tough when a guy like Herman Moore comes out and says it. Versus, no disrespect. Versus like when you say it or guys on Twitter say it. But it's just like, bro, I feel like he's been given opportunities to get the ball in other situations.
He's only got like 10 targets this year.
Brother, but half of them are dropped. More than half of them are dropped. He's been given opportunities. That's the part I'm so confused on. And like, again, we start off the show with riding Ben Johnson a little bit there, but deservedly so.
Yeah.
You saw Amon-Ra say that his emergence as a wide receiver in the league was because of Ben Johnson. It's like he has a guy who's able to utilize, it feels like, any type of player. I can no longer attach myself to the chemistry with Goff on Goff's end of it because of Sam Laporta. again, I respect Herman, but I just feel like he's been given these opportunities. He's still dropping the ball.
I agree with Herman Moore.
What, I mean,
an NFL wide receiver who echoes my sentiments. I agree with Herman Moore.
Right.
That's fair. I'm not mad at it, but I don't know. Am I wrong though? Has he not been given opportunities? He just dropped the ball still.
He's not been given enough opportunities, in my opinion.
I mean, you hate on Killian. Forget on his. I'm flabbergasted, bro.
Killian's been given way more opportunity than fucking Jamo. Don't give me that horse shit.
Yeah, that's bullshit. Man. I don't know. Is he deserving of more opportunities? We're trying to win football games. The ones you give him, he keeps dropping the freaking ball.
Is he deserving of opportunities as a number 12 pick in the NFL draft?
I mean, you force feed him at that point because he's a number 12 overall pick in the draft.
You should want to. He can be an explosive weapon.
It's not how you run a good football team, in my opinion. But I'm also not a head coach. But that's how they run it too.
I believe with Herman Moore. I agree with Herman Moore.
I love Herman Moore. I just agree with Ben Johnson a little bit more. I've seen him make a lot of other players
work. I agree with more.
Cool. I disagree with Ben Johnson a lot more. Like I said,
how many balls in the NFL has Ben Johnson caught?
I don't fucking know, but I'm trying to talk.
0.
Jesus Christ. I just feel like Ben's been able to make other people work. I can't have that excuse for Jamo anymore. It's not there.
I
He's step it up.
Believe and agree with Herman Moore.
Riveting.
Thank you.
Riveting stuff.
I mean, why would you hear from me for the 20th time when you can hear from a should-be Hall of Fame receiver?
I mean, even with Herman Moore saying, I disagree with Herman Moore.
You disagree with Herman Moore?
I disagree with Herman Moore.
No respect.
I have respect.
Don't make me call up
Mike?
No, what's his name?
I don't know.
That linebacker.
Oh, Joe Schmidt?
Joe Schmidt. Don't make me call Joe Schmidt in here to teach you a lesson.
Still.
You're going to learn today.
Probably not. I don't know.
I mean, he's been given the opportunities.
I agree with Herman Moore.
Another thing, too, is, Dan Campbell come out forthright and say it before the season even started. This kid's never going to have great hands. Did he not? And we were all kind of freaking out over it, like, what? Dan, why are you saying that?
Why are you agreeing with Flannel? Would you rather agree with Flannel or Herman Moore?
I'm agreeing with Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson. That's who I'm agreeing with.
And Sam Flannel. That cancels out one of those.
So be it.
Just kidding.
So be it.
What the fuck?
Chef Talks NFL says exactly, Spinny. Easy. This is Sam's argument. You're in dangerous territory. Brother.
Do it.
I have all the stats to provide.
Do it.
He's been given these opportunities. Are you guys blind?
Do it.
I don't understand. Do what?
Jamo!
Are you guys not watching these games? Am I the only one seeing them drop balls? I mean, what the hell? And they're not all deep routes either. Slants, bubbles. I mean, Herman said it too.
Yeah,
he's dropping everything. What are you guys talking about?
I agree with Herman Moore.
That's all right. We're in the show. That's annoying.
That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you all tapping into the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. Make sure you like and share the stream. If you're listening on audio platforms, leave a 5-star review. For Easy, for Chris, for JB, for Herman Moore. I am Spencer Raxter. We are the Woodward Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Jamo does track the ball well. He just doesn't have hands.